what I'm actually trying to do is get some VATSIM comms into this to try that out, because a regular flight we've done a few, but I've never actually done a proper VATSIM flight over here. So just trying to get that done over here. Try that out and see how that works out. All right, let's go. Turn power on. Start up batteries. Start up our APU. Start up a flight pad. Flight plan is filed. ATIS is 1317. We're going to quickly call ground, call the tug, and then disconnect the tug. Hopefully that keeps us in position, not rolling back like we were before. Right, we'll that's all good, that's all good. Constraints, FTs, constrained FTs. Keep checking we're not being pushed back. Okay, and now quickly just go over here, import a flight plan. There is another button over here that should show up to import it, but I don't know why it doesn't. What is the frequency? Oh, sorry, what is the identifier for Dubai? We just got to check that out. So I'm just gonna quickly load a flight just so that you guys can see over here. Let's open up charts. So this is going to be Dubai to Kuwait, right? And parked stand, I think is 11. No, the stands, not coordinates. Where are we parked? Let's take a good look at that. We are parked at Echo 11 Lima. So we'll just keep that in mind, Echo 11 Lima. And yeah, let's take the latest weather and then we'll take the clearance. I'll just turn off charts for you guys before I forget. And I'm just going to quickly restart the stream to update the name for well, because of the change of name required. Yeah, init A, that's done. Flight plan is left to be done. Secondary radnav. Yeah, we were waiting to see what the VR identifier is in Dubai, and I think it's DUB. So we'll just set that in and let's see if that shows. Yep. And we'll just cross-check that it is pointing correctly to something. It's not pointing to anything as of now. It's not really tuned it. All right, and anyway, we'll try and take our clearance now. So is there a ground? No, there is a tower 11875. Request clearance via private message or data link. All right, just gonna quickly send across my request to them, and we're just also gonna let them know the weather that we have, the QNH that is that we have available to us. Let's go back, receive messages, METAR, print QNH is 1000. So we're just gonna take a print out of that. And let's just wait and see if he responds with a clearance. Please on frequency chat. All right, it said, the messages said ask via data link. What is the frequency for tower? 11875. So let's just tune that on VHF 2, because for some reason this doesn't tune VHF 1. So let's go 11875 on VHF 2.
0 till 10 DME, 160 till 4 DME.
Roger, Vietnam LI 199, thank you.
QNH is 1000. Let's just set that. Manage, initial he'll give us. We are squawking mode C. Let's go mode C. Everything else is set. Dubai Tower, I fly 2004. Good evening.
I fly 2004, Dubai Tower, good evening, pass a message.
Good evening, requesting clearance to Kuwait, flight level 380, parked stand, Echo 11 Lima, type 320 Neo, I fly 2004.
I fly 2004, clear destination Kuwait to read out to Foxtrot, departure, maintain 4000, squawk 0622.
Say again, departure only, I fly 2004.
I fly 2004, read out to Foxtrot, departure.
On final, Vietnam LI 199.
Vietnam Airlines 119, occasion 199, say again.
On final, Vietnam LI 199.
Vietnam Airline 199, you are still a 6 mile final 30 left, continue approach.
Continue approach, Vietnam LI 199.
And read back, I fly 2004, cleared to Kuwait, read up to Foxtrot, initially 4000, squawk 0626, I fly 2004.
Alpha 2004, read back was correct except the squawk 0622, information India, current connection 1000, airport ready for pushback.
0622 on the squawk, QNH 1000, call you ready, iFly 2004. Alright, so let's just...
Airlines 199, winds 1, correction, winds 300 degrees, 8 knots, runway 30 left,
0622. Let's just set that on the squawk, and let's just hope it stays as 0622.
Emirates 613 with you, approaching runway 30 left.
613
Alright,
Dubai
that's all good.
30 left, number 2, vacate left, kilo 8, reduced minimum approach speed.
Departure.
Push,
For Redap to Foxtrot is for...
Emirates 613.
Let's just see, what is this for runway 30 right?
613, reduced minimum approach speed.
Just the minimum is push speed, Emirates 613.
And iFly 2004.
iFly 2004 Dubai Tower, pass a message.
Reconfirming clearance, we are cleared. Departure will be 30 left or 30 right?
iFly 2004, that's in the 8th departure, runway 30 right.
30 right, thank you, iFly 2004. Alright, so you got to reconfirm because the charts over here, read up to Foxtrot, is for both 30 left as well as 30 right, and he didn't specify. So we need to be sure which runway we're departing out of. Right, so let's...
613, expect late landing clearance.
Let's read up to Foxtrot, there we go. Select that. Insert. Right, we've got all of this set up. This is OEDF, I believe. Yeah, right. So we've got read up to Foxtrot set. From read up our routing. So we're just gonna quickly put in our routing here, which is gonna be Mike 557 till 2 Mach. So Mike 557 is the airway. So we're just gonna set that till 0.2 Mach. So basically, like I said earlier,
Vietnam Airlines 199, expedite vacate left unable. Traffic 1 mile final.
2 Mach. That is, so basically the highway we're going to be flying on is Mach 557, and vacate via the exit point will be 2 Mach.
Vacate left unable, expedite.
After that will be Mach 600 to Kumbo. Mike 600.
Can I turn left to Mike 3 Alpha, Vietnam Airlines 199?
613, Vietnam Airlines 787, vacating ahead, winds 30 degrees, 8 knots, runway 30 left, headland.
Kumbo, there we go. Took a while to accept that. Then Alpha 453 to Deputy. Alpha 453 till Deputy.
Vietnam Airlines 199, taxi straight ahead, Kilo and Foxtrot 5.
And that should be that.
Can you test for me, Vietnam Airlines 199? Thank you so much, because I'm first to go here.
And what we're gonna do is quickly go to panel plan mode and just check that this routing makes sense on the ND page. So you see everything's in line, no major issues. Continuing on. All right, that's all good. We're all set. Set for 30 right departure. Just one thing that we are left to do is set up performance. We'll do a flap 1. We'll do a toga takeoff, and speeds will keep 135, 136, 136, and 145 should be good. That's quite high actually, but it's all right. And one thing we need to look out for is, all right, carry out all turns with bank angle 25 degrees, remain on tower frequency until instructed to change. Do not climb above ATC cleared level. We're cleared initially 4,000, so let's bring that down to 4,000 over here. All right, and yeah, let's go over to our
Vietnam
stand.
Airlines 199, you took the wrong turn. It was just straight ahead, but that's alright. That's alright. Continue taxi and stand Alpha 6 to your right.
Let's just go 30 right. We'll just keep that ready. Transition altitude is 13,000 feet.
Thank you so much. Vietnam Airlines 199. I read you 2 by 5, thank you.
That's all done. That's all well and good. All right, we should be ready.
All right, and fast seat, Vietnam Airlines 199.
Is everything done? All seems to be well and good. All dandy. External is on. Let's actually switch that over. We can disconnect that. We can put the APID read on.
And fast seat, thank you so much. Tower Vietnam Airlines 199.
And tower, I fly 2004.
I fly 2004, Dubai Tower, passing message.
Fully ready, Echo 11 Lima, request push and start, I fly 2004.
I fly 2004, stand Echo 11, pushback approved, face east.
Pushback approved, face east, I fly 2004. Alright, so we're cleared to push. Let's put a beacon on. Check thrust levers are idle. They're idle. And let's just get a ground. Let's get the tug. And start a pushback. And start engine number 2. I'm gonna need to turn to the left to be facing east. I have put the beacon light on. I don't know why I can't see it. This should turn off on its own, it doesn't. So, alright. Just gonna straighten ourselves out for a bit. Turn left again. Disconnect the tug, set up parking brakes. I mean, first you would set parking brakes, but yeah. I'm gonna put that to lock. And engine number 2 is started up. Stabilize, we'll start engine number 1. I wonder how long this is saying the flight is for. 1 hour 11 minutes, not too bad. Flight time is pretty decent. And not bad. We actually pushed back for once, pretty much on the line. Although we're not straight, but yeah, I don't think that's too shoddy of a job. Now, next thing we need to keep ready is our taxiway chart. So let's just go. He's most likely going to give us taxi via Papa, either Papa 4 or 4 Alpha into November for our holding point. Right, so let's just finish our flows. Tell the ground cockpit you're clear to disconnect. 2 good starts, all well and good. And pilot monitoring, that please. Yes, thank you. Flaps 1. We'll leave this as is. I'm also going to do the before takeoff flows, just as you would. And everything's all nice and dandy. Let's start up and let's be on our way. Actually, you know what? I want to turn up the brightness of these a little more. I think it's maxed out though. And requesting taxi, I fly 2004.
Fly 2004, taxi via Papa 3 November 7, runway 309.
Taxi via Papa 3, November 7, holding point 30 right, I fly 2004. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly show you guys on the charts our routing. It's going to be via Papa. I wonder if you can draw on this. I don't think you can. So we're going to go down Papa, immediate right on Papa 3, left on November, for November 7. Now, I don't know what the shift for this is, so it's good we did Toga. But yeah, let's be on our way. Let's put the parking brake off. If I'm not wrong, Papa 3 would be this immediate right over here. Oh, what is that? No, Papa 3 is up ahead. So let's start our taxi. Alright, so we got to be turning right onto Papa 3 over here. And clear left side. Clear right side, so we'll be right on Papa 3 and left on November. Takeoff config test, we're just going to do that. And alright, clear right side. Turn right here. And we've got to turn left onto November. And we're going to continue on till November 7. We'll actually request for full length. Tower Fly 2004 requesting full length departure.
I fly 2004, no problem, it's November 9, holding point 309.
November 9 holding point 30 right, I fly 2004, thank you. Alright, so we're just going to continue on November all the way till the end for November 9.
Dubai Tower, China Southern 7 Uniform Golf, runway 30 left, localizer.
China 7
Just gonna have a quick
Golf, Dubai Tower, hello,
sip of water
Changeover,
over here.
runway 30 left, number 1, awake it left, kilo 8.
Continue approach, China South 7 Uniform Golf.
It's nice when the actual taxiways are marked in the game, unlike in places in India. This is what holding point is this? It helps keep track. That's November 5 Alpha. We want to be going
China 7
all the way.
Uniform Golf, wind 300 degrees 8 knots, runway 30 left, clear to land.
30 left, clear to land, China Southern 7 Uniform Golf.
Let's get going.
7 Uniform Golf, just want to confirm you're lined up for 30 left, not the right runway, it's the left runway.
Let's just get lined up on the wrong runway. That'd be interesting. Because I think they've kept it in a way that arrivals are all on 30 left and departures are 30 right. For smooth flowing traffic. The reason I asked for full length is because we don't have the shift figures and we don't have, I mean, to be fair, I didn't do performance calculation for full length as well. So with all of that, I want to keep that margin in hand and, you know, use as much of the runway as I can.
I fly 2004, line November 9, winds 300 degrees 8 knots, runway 30 right, clear for takeoff.
Line up runway 30 right via November 9 and then clear for takeoff. I fly 2004. Right. Now, what I've got to see is which one is November 9? This is 8 Alpha, the next one is November 9. Alright, so let's just set this up. TRA. This one is November 9, and let's line up. Approach path seems clear. There's a 747 that seems to be on 30 left, just sort of sitting there. You can see the Burj Khalifa from here. That's nice. I've never flown into Dubai. I've flown over Dubai. In fact, to Kuwait, I have. But on our way to Kuwait, we overflew Dubai. All right, rest of our talks in the air. Let's set our thrust to 50% initially. Stabilize that. Side stick half deflection forward. Stabilized. And toga. Man toga SRS auto thrust blue. After 80 knots, we'll start reducing our side stick deflection so that it comes down to 0 by 100 knots. And there we are, 100 knots checked. V1, rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. We're in nav.
Hi, flight 200 for Scott Mort Charlie.
Confirm not receiving transmission I-Fly 2004.
I-Fly 204, you are now squawking Mort Charlie and ident. You can stop squawking ident now.
7007 Uniform Golf, test resumed.
China 7 Uniform Golf. Thank you, welcome to Dubai. Taxi right on Kilo.
Okay, autopilot 1, thrust time climb, autopilot 1.
White turn test rate Kilo, STEM Doctor D, 7007 Uniform Golf.
Hi, flight 204, thank you. We're going to maintain common 22 decimal 8 into fine. Bye-bye.
122 decimal 8, confirm unrestricted climb on UNICOM.
Yes, that's how it works in UNICOM.
Alright, thank you very much. Take care, bye-bye.
You take care, bye-bye.
Alright, so we can now change over. So we're just going to first set a climb to 380. Alright, thrust climb, open climb, flight level 380 blue, S positive, flaps can go up. And so flap 0, speed check, flap 0. We would actually do a few things with the flap retraction, so those lights would go off. Aviate, navigate, communicate. So we'll do the communication a little later. That's the last priority right now. First you got to fly the aircraft, right? So that's done. And now we're all set, so we can set our frequency to UNICOM 1228. Let's change over. One two two eight on VHF2. What is this? Redap 2 Foxtrot, right? Dubai traffic, I-Fly 2004, departed 30 right. Redap 2 Foxtrot, climbing passing 5,500 for level 380. Dubai traffic. Alright, and we're on our way now. Next up, we should have, we should be talking to Kuwait directly. I don't think there is anyone else on our way, and that is assuming Kuwait is on by the time we reach there. If you look over, actually, yeah, we're in Dubai. We should probably look over. There is the Burj Khalifa. There is the 7-star hotel. I'm forgetting the name. Was it Burj Al Arab? I'm forgetting that. The World Islands and the Palm Islands, the smaller one and the larger one you can see off in the distance. Flying over the ocean, flying over the water, not the ocean. This is the Mediterranean Sea, I believe. Right? Coming up to 10,000 feet, we'll just put the landing lights in non-standard to save some fuel. And we cross 10,000. Seatbelts can go off. Don't expect any turbulence as such. We'll change over to airports on my side. Clear AdNav and copy active, but it doesn't auto-tune. We're gonna do it anyway. Clear AdNav. Secondary, you can't really copy active. Optimum, we're still waiting on that. Rec max is 351. Huh. We probably shouldn't. What is our weight? 66,400, 352. Okay, it's because it's a short sector. That is true. But we're still gonna climb up. So let's just climb at 275 knots. Here we are, we're on our way now. If you just joined in, welcome to the stream, guys. Nice to have you guys on. If you've got any doubts, feel free to ask me. I'd be glad to help out. I don't think you guys are able to see the map. I don't think it's updating the route properly. So I'll just, I'll do one thing. I'll just import so that you should be able to see your routing. Yep, and if we go over, there we go. I think that should be updated now. So as you can see, we've departed out of Dubai, and we're gonna be heading north of Qatar and Bahrain on our way over to Kuwait. That's an interesting crescent down in the water. I wonder what that is. Might be something with the oil rigs or something of that sort. Leaving Dubai behind us. Alright, and into OKBK. We will have, what does our weather tell us? Winds were 010 at 10 knots. So with 010, most likely you're gonna have ILS 15 left in use. So we'll just plan for, or it could be 15 right as well actually. Let's see if we can get ATIS. ATIS arrival, format for printer, send. Request is sent. Once we get company message, we'll just check that again. So right now we're climbing passing. Oh, okay, we've crossed 130 was, sorry. Let's pull this. Let's go to standard. You would set this to standard as well, but it doesn't really take a push input. But it's 101329 and 902, so that's all good. That is set to standard automatically. Climbing passing level 209 as of now. Let's change our It's a lot of points on our route, huh? Let's declutter that a little bit. Let's just come down 80 miles. That's a little better. A lot of these small man-made islands, it looks like, on the way. I wonder if that's for oil rigs and so on. If anyone knows, feel free to let me know. It'll be nice to find out what they are. Because I do remember seeing some of them in real life as well. I just couldn't exactly make out what it was. Received messages, ATIS not available. All right. Let's continue till we're a little closer, and we'll see if we get it on vPilot. Closer to Kuwait, and the frequency for ATIS in Kuwait would be, let's just go over to Kuwait's charts. I'll show you guys as well. So here we are on the charts, and let's just go approach. It's going to be either ILS Zulu for 15 or ILS Zulu for 15 left or 15 right. ATIS is 126225, and yeah, might even give us RNP, but I'll take the ILS request for ILS. All right, so 126225. What we can do is try and tune that over here. I wonder if it'll take it. Autopilot, AI control, manage radio comms off. 126. I think that's why it wasn't taking it initially. One two six two two five. Yeah, it takes it there. So what we can actually do is change this to 126225. Which will be a VHF2, which is how you would standard normally set this, because usually this is set to guard, right? So we'll do that. 126225, and VHF1 will go to 1228. It's not. I don't know why it's frozen now. Let's go to 1228 on VHF1, which is where it should be. That's a UNICOM frequency. And 126225 is VHF2. We are on VHF1, and life is dandy. All right, timing passing 284 as of now. Let's turn up this brightness. You know, so that we can utilize both our seats. It's quite a sunny day out over here. And we're just going to be cruising on our way. Our next job is really going to be, I mean, you have to monitor your fuel and time at all of these points. But that's all well and good. We've got a flight plan, but I'm not really checking the fuel over here. Let's actually see how accurate it is. So Totku fuel is 7560, although I don't think I refueled correctly, so it may not be accurate. Turku, our planned fuel was 5.3, yeah. With it, if we departed at 6.1, we departed at 9. So it should have just used up 800 kgs is what it calculates over here. But yeah, as you can see, this model does not do a good job with fuel. The fuel burn in this fly-by-wire A320 is way too much. You don't see that in real life, especially not in a Neo and a Leap 1 Neo. Absolutely not. So that is something that definitely needs fixing. There are a few things that need fixing. Even this MCDU has its quirks in the game over here, but hey, it's a free mod and they're doing a great job. I won't deny that. This is by far, I think, the best aircraft available. I've not flown the CRJ that is available, the payware CRJ that has come out. I've heard that is quite nice, but I've not really flown it, and I don't really know much about the CRJ to make that fair comparison to say. So yeah, but otherwise it seems to be doing pretty well. Some things that need some change, but it's all well and good. Top of descent calculator is interesting, but we won't be using that. If you're just joining in, hello once again. Nice to have you on the stream. If you've got any doubts, feel free to ask me. I'll be glad to help out anyone as far as I can. And if I don't have an answer to your doubt as of now, I will find out and get back to you. But I most likely should. Anything related to general flying, what it's like to be flying, or anything about the A320, feel free to ask me. I'd be glad to help out. If not, if you like the stream, on Twitch, do follow. It really helps out a lot. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, like the video, and do leave a comment. It really helps grow the channel and basically showcase this video to a lot more people. So do help me out and do like the video and drop a comment with anything, any feedback you might have, or how you like the video, or any doubts you might have, and I'd be glad to reply to everyone on the comments. Thanks again for joining. Let's keep continuing on our way. We're now climbing, passing 342, level 342 for 380. We got quite a way to go. What is the distance to go? 379 miles. All right, so from 380 we have to descend down to basically sea level. So that is going to be, the way you calculate it is you'll take 38, times it by 3. You could do it times it by 3. Some people divide it by 3. There's different ways to do it. The way I usually calculate is times it by 3. So that'll give you 114. If my math is correct, yes, 114. And you will take approximately 10 to 15 miles per deceleration. So that makes it totally, you require around 125 to 130 track miles to get this aircraft down from cruise speed at 380 till approach speed at touchdown. All right, so you want to calculate accordingly, and then you will look at your star, you'll look at what arrival you expect, you look at whether you expect to get any direct routing or whether you're going to follow the star completely, and accordingly you will adjust when you commence a descent. And during your descent, you constantly calculate your descent profile using the same calculation, what altitude you're at, how much altitude you need to lose, considering whether you have tailwinds or headwinds, considering the speed you have to decelerate to come down to your V approach speed. And with all of that in mind, you will calculate whether you're high or low on your current profile. And if you're high, then you have to adjust your profile in certain different ways that will show you in the descent today, depending on our profile. If we're low, we'll adjust it. If we're high, we'll adjust it. And I'll show you how we do that to minimize excess fuel burn, to basically be as efficient as possible and minimize time as well. So yeah. Had to take a quick water break over there. Just see the land off to our left. I believe soon enough we will be having Qatar off to our left side. I think that should come up a little closer. All right, 1000 is gone, 600 to go. Now I have been climbing at, what is this, 2.74. Should have actually gone up to 0.76. That's a better climb speed in Mach. That is actually a turbulence penetration speed, which will give you your best climb. I mean, I could have left it now since we're very close to our cruise altitude anyway, but it's all right. I've just sped up a little bit. You usually don't want to level off, at least keep 500 feet per minute, but there's no traffic around us, nothing of the sort. And there's a little bit of acceleration, so I just decided to do that first and then continue a climb. Right, and once we get alt star, we'll manage our speed so that it accelerates up. Once it levels, the engines don't spool back. So just ready for that. Mark alt star, speed is managed. Right, once we get our alt cruise, we'll do our top of climb checks. Alt cruise. All right, so we'll just set our TCAS to below. That goes to below. Yep. And you would set SAT, but it doesn't seem to take it in. Let's try and see if. No, not climb win. Cruise. You see, it doesn't take the SAT over here at our level. And then we'll just go through our pages and check everything is in the green, everything's working well. Fuel use is quite high. You would not have used up 2.5 tons almost by the time you reach cruise. Not in a Neo for sure. It'll be somewhere around 1.7, 1.6, 1.7, coming up to 380. But it's all right. We're gonna let that pass. Landing elevation on auto is saying -2000. I don't think it's going to be -2000 down there. But all well and good. Electricals are supplied. Hydraulic is not modified in this. That's something they have to fix. Fuel page. Again, you'll check the fuel use. So this is how you check for fuel leak. Take your fuel used. That's 2470. Right? Add it to your fuel on board. That's 6980. So that'll make it 7050, 7450, and 9450. And we know that we departed with 9500. So it's approximately the same, so you know you don't have a fuel leak. If there's a major difference between the two of them, then you understand that, hey, our fuel used and the fuel on board doesn't match up with our takeoff fuel. So that means we've lost our fuel somewhere and we've not burnt it. So we must have a fuel leak. And then you go through a fuel leak checklist. And this is something especially important in case of an engine failure, right? In case of an engine failure, you might be, you'll be putting the fuel to cross feed. so that in case the flameout was due to bad contaminated fuel or a lack of fuel for one engine, you cross feed fuel from your opposite tanks to that engine. But if, say, you've got a flameout because you've had a fuel leak, you don't want to be transferring fuel, say it was from your left engine. You don't want to be transferring fuel from your right-hand tanks to your left engine and basically all the good fuel you have throwing it overboard. You want to be conserving the fuel and using it in your right engine. So it is very important in case of an engine failure of any kind to check that you don't have a fuel leak. If you do have a fuel leak, you do not put your fuel to cross feed. As you see, that's cross bleed. Let's just go to the overhead. If I can take you guys to the overhead, yeah. So here's fuel. You won't be putting a cross feed on to prevent fuel going from one side tanks to the other, just to make sure that you don't lose your remaining fuel, because there have been cases where people had a fuel leak, they transferred fuel, and then they ran out of fuel in both engines, and now they had no fuel left. They're flying with dual engine failure, all engine out, all engine fail scenario. So you don't want to be in that situation, which is why it's very important to keep tabs of your fuel and check in case you have a fuel leak. APU is off, that's all good. Conditioning, you can adjust the temperature as required, all good. Wheel temps are all good. Flight control, all your hydraulics, your computers, everything's working fine. No issues. You could go via the all, it's all good. Status is normal. We're done. Top of cruise checks are complete. And now we can just enjoy our flight over. We'll start a descent in a bit. Like we calculated, around 130 miles. So we'll see once we get a little closer if we can get any frequency over at Kuwait. I'm actually just going to go over and check if there is any active OKBK has someone for delivery, ground, and approach. So that's nice. I'm just looking at traffic around. No one else seems to be going into Kuwait. So we shouldn't have any issue. We can be doing it straight in most likely for runway 1. I mean, it's not going to be a straight in, but yeah. Actually, yeah, if we're doing 1-5, it's not going to be straight in at all. It's going to be the other way around. But if we take 3-3, we should have a mostly straight in approach. So we'll ask them if we can take an approach for 3-3, winds permitting. As of now, the tailwinds are quite high, but we'll see as we get closer to the airfield. Let's, oh, there we are. Alright guys, I'll be back real quick, just 1 minute, and I'll be right back. Just gonna keep the stream going. And I'm back, guys. Sorry about that, just had to go get a refill in the water bottle. Let's keep going. Alright, so now off to our left, you should be able to see Qatar. That is if you're an F1 fan, I think you're gonna like it. I mean, Bahrain is coming up soon. You'd have Doha here and Bahrain further ahead. Let's change back into the cockpit view. Still not figured out how to make the transition from the drone to the cockpit without using the panel provided overhead. Alright, you got about 240 miles to go to OKBK. Let's request the weather once again. Let's see. UTC 1447 is when we're expecting arrival. We're at 10, so about 37 minutes to touchdown, right? Let's just request the latest weather. AOC menu, weather request, Meta. Oh shit, no, not TAF. It'll be Meta. Thank you. You got company message as quick. AOC, received messages, Meta. We don't care about the TAF right now. OKBK, station not available. That's not too nice. That's what I wanted. Alright, we have our old weather, so we'll just set it up with that. 010, 10 knots. Actually, that is going to be for 33 itself, so we're all good in that. Arrival, we're just going to plan for, my bad, it will be for 33. So 33 ILS, 33 left Zulu, and it is most likely going to be debit 3 Charlie arrival, or Deputy 3 Charlie. Right? What is, no, not via Kilo Uniform Alpha. The other one was better. Deputy 3 Charlie and Gav. Let's just go to plan. Let's actually do one thing. Erase that. Arrival for ILS 33 left Zulu, Deputy 3 Charlie, no wires. Insert that. Right now, we're just going to tune in the viewer frequency over there. So let's just go back to our charts really quick. And let's go for ILS 33 left Zulu. So unpin that and pin this. ILS 33 left Zulu. Kilo Uniform Alpha. Final approach course of 332. India Kilo India Alpha. And yeah, we're gonna expect to be radar vectors onto final over here. After landing, we will expect vacation via Whiskey 5 and thereafter further taxi as per ATC. Alright, for our parking stand wherever they send us. But for us, let's just go back to ILS Zulu. This is the final approach, and this is, oh, that's 1-5 left. We don't want 1-5 left, no. This is 3-3 left, correct. I was wondering why it was showing us. Alright, we'll do our entire briefing once we're done with our setup. So Kilo Uniform Alpha. Let's just quickly set that up. Kilo Uniform Alpha. $236, that's the correct one. OKBK 33 left. That's what we're expecting for arrival, because this is what we got when I actually went there at the start of this year. Barrow, what is a Barrow going into? It is 369. We will be grown-ups about this and not laugh at the number. So 369. Temperature is 47 degrees Celsius. That's quite high. QNH 1002. Come on. It takes so long to type in this. 01010. Right, transition level for us will be 145, I guess. We'll do a flap full landing. /1650, because it won't take just one entry as the real aircraft would. Secondary we can't copy, just gonna leave that. Put landing auto brake low. We've got a company message. Let's check that out. AOC menu, receive messages, meta. Oh, just because we hadn't seen the tab. Alright, that's gone, all well and good. So now we're just going to set this to 1002 so that we remember. And normally you would push this back to make it standard so that when you, if you quickly have to check, you can just change a standby and you find out what the QNH was, just in case you've forgotten. Alright, we go back to ARC mode. Go up to 160, and once we're at 130 30 miles to descend, we'll take that. So about another 120 miles from now, which is about 15 minutes, right, to our descent. So let's just start our chrono and let's see how close we are to what we've got planned. Right now, we should be crossing over near, that should be Bahrain off to our left. We're going to continue on this route for now. If you're new to the stream, welcome. If you like what you see, please do hit follow. It helps out a lot. And if you're watching this on YouTube later on, do subscribe, hit that like button if you like what you see, and leave a comment with any feedback, anything you would like to see, any doubts. Comments and likes definitely help out a lot in the visibility of the video, and it will help this channel grow a lot. Either ways, thanks for watching and spending your time here. I really do appreciate it. And if you have any doubts, feel free to ask me. I'll be glad to help out. And I'll be sure to reply to every comment that gets posted. I just hope Kuwait is not. Yeah, okay, they're still functioning. That's good. I had a feeling they might have closed down, but they are still functioning. So let's get a little closer to them, hopefully. Right, we made a turn. What's a fuel situation? We're at 6 tons, used up 3430, add them up 9430, and we took off at approximately 9500, if you remember, 9400, 9500. So the difference is not too bad. We're all good. We don't expect a fuel leak as of now. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're a little confused about what I just said, I'll refer you back to a chapter in the video below where we discuss how to check if you have a fuel leak and why that's important, and especially which situations you would want to be very careful about. Meanwhile, we're gonna have a sip of coffee. Wish I could in real life. that's not working. I mean, I could import it from SimBrief, but then you have to type in your name and it's a big mess. About 5 minutes in, right? About 10 minutes more to a descent, so that would mean approximately 80 miles more. And if we take away 80, that's 130, which is exactly as we calculated. So we're correct. Just 10 miles more, we'll be starting our descent. Go another right turn, following the route as prescribed. Now, one thing that's going to be interesting is the fact that I have no idea how we get in touch with a controller once you enter their airspace. In the sense, on VATSIM, as of right now, we are currently flying on the UNICOM frequency. Let me just check we're still on that. Yes, we are. So I'm not really sure when we'll be informed to contact them. 126.225 might be available now, so let's actually let's try to get that, because it's showing on VATSIM, it's showing it's within reach. So 126.225, let's see if we can pick up the ATIS. Expect ILS approach, arrival runway 33 right. All right, so we're not getting ATIS on voice, but I did request it on text and we've got it there. So we're just going to modify this as required for as per the ATIS. I'll just read it out for you. So information Foxtrot at 1400 Zulu, expect ILS approach, arrival runway 33 right, departure 33 left, wind 35017 knots, that's quite strong, visibility 8 kilometers, sky condition clear, temperature for 46, dew point 5, QNS 1002, no significant. So 33 right is what we need to prepare for. And 350 knots, 46. So let's quickly just change this over to arrival 33 right Zulu. Right, this will be Deputy 3 Charlie, Novaya, insert. And now if you go to performance, and this temperature will be 46, winds are 350 17 knots, everything else remains the same. This will become 1150/1650. Alright, the aircraft is doing something. It's trying to head back to Ramsey. I don't know why it's doing an orbit here. I'm just gonna let it try and fix itself once, because I've seen it messes up quite a bit when you so I'll let it do an orbit and then let's see if it continues. If it continues, all well and good. If it doesn't, then we'll just see. All traffic, I flight 2004 left orbit at Ramsey. Thereafter continue as per flight plan. I wonder what a direct ONAC would do. Right? What the hell? It just changed. My entire flight plan just went away. This is why I didn't want to do a direct. All right, heading. It's messed up quite a bit suddenly. There we go. Okay, our flight plan is back. Or at least something is back. This is not the correct flight plan. Oh, we're gonna have to set this whole thing up. Okay, let's just deal with our issues as of now. Let's go 350. All right, and meanwhile, gonna set this up again. I don't know why that messed up. That's quite annoying. 33 right Zulu. The flight plan is not correct, but this is what we have. So we're gonna, since anyway it is uncontrolled, we're gonna proceed direct to Deputy if it lets us. Right, let's insert that. And now what happens if I go direct? Solemn. Please work, buddy. Okay, this seems to be working for now. For now is the keyword. Solem, then Kumbo, Osak, Depti. Alright, this seems to be fine. Kilo Uniform Alpha, that is all fine. That's fine. We'll come back here. We're gonna have to change the barrow. That's something we forgot. And we're in nav mode, right? Yeah, nav. The barrow for 33 right. Now let's change. Let's unpin 15 left. Let's unpin 33 left. And either Zulu 33 right. Barrow for that is 405. Right, so we're just gonna set in 405. Hopefully everything else is all good. This seems to be fine for now. That little maneuver cost us a lot of time. Like I said, this fly-by-wire A320 does have a few issues that crop up every once in a while. They just wanted to take a closer look at the land below us. And nice to see contrails. Let's keep going. There's only a ground and delivery now over at Kuwait, apparently. I think approach is offline. A would be 8 is possibly, not too sure. So yeah, ground and delivery. So we're just going to be doing a landing on our own. It's just taxi that we get. I thought we were going to have approaching tower. That would be nice. But it's all right. We do what we can manage. Ground will be 1217, so we can just keep that ready. We're going to change it back to constraints. Put our LS on, although you would do all of this 10,000 feet, but oh, was this not on? I guess not. Mine was, so it's all good. I'm going to start a descent in another 40 miles. 30 miles, so that's a little less than 5 minutes from now. So somewhere around 20 minutes here we'll start a descent. This is why it's always important to monitor your aircraft, because sometimes, I mean, of course, this is a mod and the real aircraft is not like this, but you can have errors in the real aircraft as well, and that the computers can mess up as well. So it's important always to keep a lookout, check that it's behaving as you expect it to behave, and if it isn't, take over. That's very important, especially in these modern aircraft. If you don't like what you see, take over. You can still keep autopilot on, you can use heading, you can manage as required. If that is not behaving as required, I mean, you have selected modes, which are basically you select and tell the aircraft, you tell the autopilot what to do, rather than follow the pre-programmed computer, which is called a managed mode. But if that isn't working as well, disconnect and hand fly. Hand fly it and make sure that the aircraft is safe and doing what you want it to do at all points of time. All right, so meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly give you guys a brief for ILS into ILS Zulu runway 33. So here we have the chart. Chart number is 11-7, effective 20th May. For ILS Zulu runway 33 at Kuwait. ATIS frequency 126225, that's all good. These frequencies are all checked. India Kilo, India Delta 110.5. So let's cross check that in our box over here. 110.5. You see the LS frequency is selected. It's not showing India Kilo, India Delta, but that'll show up once we're closer. But the frequency is tuned correct, so all well and good. It should show your final approach course, but it's not showing right now. Hopefully it shows it once we're closer. Final approach course for this, of course, is 332, as written over here. At 5.6 DME, your check altitude is 2,000 feet. So it's supposed to be 2,000 feet over there. We'll just cross check that at 5.6. And Cat 1 ILS is 405 feet DA. And airport elevation 205, runway is 204, all check. MSA highest is towards the north side of the airfield, and that's 2,400 feet. But on our side, it'll be 1,900 feet. So 2,000 will keep us well clear, not a worry. Okay, altitude is hectopascals, all good. Transition level is 150. So I said 145. This is why you have to check your charts. So let's make that change. Transition level 150. Sorry. All right, level 150, that's all good. This will become 1170 because we set it at 1,000 feet and 1,500 feet above the ground level approximately. Actually, with 204, it'll be higher than this, but it's fine. We're just gonna let it be as of now. And let's go back to our charts over here. So now continuing, so we have a transition level 150. Caution parallel highway lighted by night. So that is something just to make sure that you don't line up with the highway instead of the runway. 0.2 nautical miles east of the runway center line. So that is towards the east, will be off to our right. Can be mistaken for runway. DME required, maximum 250 knots at or below 10,000 feet and remain within 15 DME of Kilo Uniform Alpha. All right, missed approach procedure. Okay, we'll just talk about radar vectors till final. We're going to radar vectors ourselves. On to final, platform altitude is 2,000 feet, 5.6 DME, intercept the glide path. Descent down, it's 3-degree glide path. High intense approach lighting system type 2. PAPI is available on both sides. Missed approach procedure is straight ahead to 2,400, then right turn, climbing to 5,000. Heading 135 to intercept radial 090. This you would check in the box, but we shouldn't be doing this anyway. So we're just going to leave it as of now for today. But in the real aircraft, you would always check. All right, Cat 1 DA 405 that we've set. Important, we'll just keep in mind, missed approach altitude is 5,000 feet. Apart from that, all well and good. Final approach course of 332. 5.6 DME, we descend at a 3-degree glide path. Let's just head back over into the cockpit. 110 distance, so we can start a descent. Let's start a descent down to, let's go all the way to 5,000 feet. Okay. Thrust idle, open descent, flight level 50 blue. We read it off of the PFD here. So now we know we've commenced our descent. We would note down the time, the fuel, everything. Now, one thing to keep in mind is we had calculated 130 track miles required, and we started descent at 114. So we're about 15-16 miles late for our descent, which would be times 3, 4,500 feet high, approximately, right? 4,000 to 4,500 feet high. Sorry, I just got a message I had to look into. So yeah, you would adjust your profile accordingly. As of now, we're going to continue, and when we're crossing level 300, let's see how this aircraft is descending. And on the basis of that, we'll decide whether we're high or not and adjust accordingly. Because right now she's descending at almost 4,000 feet per minute, which is quite high. So I think she'll come back onto profile soon enough. Right? Let's just continue our descent as is required. And there is a ground available and there's a delivery available, that's it. No tower. So we'll just be informing. Let's just inform traffic. Kuwait traffic, I fly 2004, descending passing level 3290 for level 050 Kuwait traffic. We'll be doing the Deputy 3 Charlie approach for runway 33 right. I fly 2004. Alright, we just set a broadcast message out to the traffic now. I am not sure if that is how you correctly behave here on VATSIM. As you can see from the title, this is my first attempt at VATSIM as well. So I'm still trying to figure everything out. But yeah, hopefully that is how it should work, at least. Approximately. We hadn't started a timer, but that's all good. No worries. Okay, I see something that might cause some problems. Going a little closer. First of all, I think our track miles showing are wrong, so we might have to adjust that. Secondly, what I see is, yep, this routing I don't like, going out and then coming in. So after Riddell, we're just gonna take a heading. At Riddell, you want to be 3,000. So let's just descend down to 3,000 and make sure we reach that by Riddell. Right? We're descending passing 28,000 now. So times 3, that'll be 84 plus another 15 miles approximately. So we require about 100 track miles. And what we have, because these track miles are wrong, is actually 55. So we are way too high. So let's now show, as I was showing you, what we can do. So let's increase the speed to 305. Now what this does is, since we're in thrust idle, right, it can't reduce thrust anymore. So to get that speed up, it dives down, the nose comes down. As you can see, we're now descending. This has gone to amber. You don't want it to go to amber. And normally you do it at 5 knots at a time to make sure that this doesn't happen, where it dives down and goes into amber. But I'm just going to take it all the way up to 320 knots. right? And we are going to go heading. As well as speed brakes. This should drop our altitude quite a bit. Help us lose altitude pretty quick. Because remember, below 10,000 feet, we need to be 250 as well. So we want to get down quick. Once we're crossing about 13,000, I'll start slowing down. We might have to do an orbit because we're quite high. The reason we're high is you see this whole routing. We don't want to be doing that entire routing. And that is adding track miles that we didn't actually have. We didn't pay attention to this. This is why you check your routing properly. So since we're cutting out, this is what, approximately 60 miles or 50 miles, which is 15,000 feet of leeway. Now we need to keep in mind 250 knots or below 10,000 feet. So once you're crossing 130, I'll just start reducing speed altogether. And let's actually just do one orbit to the left, coming to 300. Now in the real aircraft, I could turn it all the way and she would just continue turning left. But in this, if you go more than 180 past your present position, it tends to roll out and start banking the other way. Alright, and let's reduce the speed to 250 knots. Well, let's go all the way down to 230. Right, for quick deceleration, I'm just going to push the level off because this aircraft does not like decelerating and descending together. She's a very clean aircraft. And we go open descent. Heading is back selected to 300. Not bad. They've actually fixed the heading issue that used to be there before. That's quite impressive. Glad they did that. Let's continue our descent down platform altitude of 2,000 feet. We will activate our approach phase. A little early. There we go, roll out on a heading of 320 approximately. Let's continue slowing down, and then we'll go flaps 2 and below 10,000 feet, so we'll also, okay, flap 1 speed checked, flaps 1, let's go all the way down to 195. And flaps 2, speed check, flaps 2. This will add quite a bit of drag for us, and that should increase our rate of descent. 195, 180, 195 flaps 2 is quite a good way to descend quick. As you can see, we're getting currently somewhere around 3,000 feet per minute. Now, one thing to keep in mind is because we've got autopilot 1, the speed brake should only be half out as of now. Although in this it looks like it's all the way up. But yeah, it would only be half deflection no matter what you select over here. And once autopilot is off, it goes to full deflection if needed. So you can do that as well to descend quickly as required. One thing that seems to have happened is all of the controllers seem to have gone. So it is what it is. We're going to be doing this on our own. We'll change over to ground anyway once we're closer. Nope. Let's go back AP1. The reason I disconnected was to see whether the speed brake deployment increases, but it doesn't. But it's all well and good. Now we're pretty fine on profile to come down till our final approach fix. So you can just go, I'm just gonna arm that with the and we can manage a speed. I'll just actually reduce it to 160 and pull. We're now low on our profile. Although we're not meeting this constraint, we should. But since there's no controller, we're going to tell ourselves that these constraints don't apply to us right now. How about that? All right, we're going to arm the lock So lock blue. Continue our descent. Since we're low now, we can go at 1000 feet per minute. Speed BS minus 1000 feet per minute. We're actually going to be doing a little bit of a level flight now for a while. Just something we wanted to avoid, but it's all right. One thing we have missed is, first of all, QNH 1002. That's quite important. Secondly, landing lights. So you do checklists. Is there anyone on? I don't see anyone on anymore. Yeah, the controllers are offline. But that's all right. We'll do this on our own. Although we didn't get exactly what we wanted, Alt, we'll figure it out. Lockstar. Shouldn't be turning left, but all right. I mean, I know it's doing that to capture localizer, but that's not how the aircraft usually goes about that whole procedure. All right, Lockstar. Just gonna arm the approach. Lights for blue, lock, Cat 3 dual AP1 plus 2. Okay, I'm just gonna arm speed brakes. Normally you do that with gear, but I'm just doing that now to ease my workload, since it's not exactly too easy doing it with the mouse all the time. For some reason, our auto brakes turned off. We had turned it on. I don't know. I think that might have happened with the whole reset of the flight plan in between that we had. Let's check cabin. With 10,000, we missed the signs. It's a lot better when there's two people. I mean, it's not really tough to miss all of this in. I mean, it is quite tough to miss all of this in real life. But over here on the sim, when you can't really look around that easy, it's quite a bit easier to end up missing out. All right, 27 knots of headwind. That's quite strong, yeah? It would have been nice to have controllers. Why'd they have to leave? Traffic fly 2004 finals. On the localizer, runway 33 right, Kuwait. Kuwait traffic. That's not the right way to do it. I should have started with Kuwait traffic. All right, at 5.6 ILS, DME will start a descent. That is at the final approach fix. Go around altitude will be 5,000 feet. So once we have GS start, we'll manage. We'll put the gear down, go flap 3. We'll set this to 5,000, then we'll go flap full. It's going to be busy. We're doing a decelerated approach. Okay, glide slope is alive. Just to make our lives a little easier, we're going to manage our speed a little early. Speed is managed. And we're just waiting for glide slope start. Gear down, go around altitude. 5000 is set, speed is managed, all well and good. Next up, flaps 3, speed check, flaps 3. And flaps full, speed check, flaps full. Landing checklist will be cabin crew advised, auto thrust, speed, auto brake, low. ECAM MO is landing no blue. Landing clearance, we are the tower for today. So obtained, landing checklist complete, and we're just going to continue on. We're above 1000 feet, we are stabilized. Strong winds, 27 knots of headwind, 2 white, 2 red on the Papi, and I'm actually going to see if I can, let's land from the right seat today. Okay, autopilot disconnected. Cat 3 single, Cat 1, fly the FDs, glide slopes going up, so we correct for that. Ooh, wow, that's a strong gust. I felt that. I mean, you could see it throw you around. That's showing 3 red, which is going to correct it to about 600. Now this is not stabilized actually now because it's more than half dot deflection. Wow, those are some really strong. Oh, that's why you don't want to be maintaining 700 feet per minute with a ground speed this low. I don't want to be climbing either. Let's just follow the FDs. Not a stabilized approach. Don't do this in real life, guys. All right, let's come back onto profile. 2 white, 2 red. I'm just looking at the runway now, not really following glide slope as much. Correcting for center line. These are some nice strong winds. Oh, it's dying down by the runway as well. We leveled off, we don't want to do that.
Minimum.
Continue. You just hold a VS at about 700 feet per minute.
50,
That's way too low.
30, 20, retard, 10.
Way off the center line here. All right. Spoilers, reverse green, D-cell. Okay, auto brake went off for some reason, so manual braking. Reversers can go off. And our vacation will be off to the left. Let's just change over and see if there is. Kuwait ground, I fly 2004. Good evening. Nope, they don't seem to be sure. No one's really over here. I mean, you wouldn't contact ground while still on the runway, but I just wanted to check. All right, and let's just start slowing down. clear of the runway. Put the strobes to auto. Landing lights off. Runway turn off and go off. Start the APU. Actually, that was just pilot flying. Pilot monitoring flow would have the APU. It would be off over here. Pilot flying would do the spoilers. Right, all well and good. Timer, LS not required. Recycled, no smoking. APU started, and all well and good. We can continue on taxiing. Where are we gonna go today? Last time my stands were over here. Let's taxi to this apron. So we've got to vacate, take a right, take the first major left, second left, and then we'll just find a way from there. Just checking, ground's not available, still not available, then all good. We're just gonna taxi on our own. Kuwait traffic, I flight 2004, taxiing to gate. There's no traffic around, that's why I'm not specifying what taxiway, but we normally should. Quite fast, you don't want to be that fast really. Alright, we'll be taking this next left, if I'm not wrong. I think we've got contact on ground. Kuwait ground, I fly 2004, good evening.
I fly 2004, hello, good evening, welcome to Kuwait Taxi, straight ahead Echo 1, turn right, Whiskey 12, park stand number 3.
Straight away. I've turned left onto Echo 8, confirm, can you read back taxi again?
I fly 2004, you just continue straight ahead on Echo 8. On the first intersection you see, turn right, that is Whiskey 12, then you go straight ahead and you will see stands there.
That's a stand number only?
Stand number 3.
So continue taxi Echo 8, Whiskey 12, stand 3, I fly 2004, thank you.
No problem.
Alright, so we got pinged by the ground controller there, that's why I stopped. We're now on Echo 8. So we've got to make the turn for, which will be Whiskey 12. I'm just going to move this over. So I believe the right turn I had in mind was Whiskey 12 itself. Yes, it was. And we'll be going for stand 3.
All stations in Kuwait. Kuwait 8 is now active. 8 is information Alpha QNH 1003, departure runway 33 right, and arrival runway 33 right. We are utilizing single run operation.
1003. I mean, we don't really need it anymore, but we'll just set QNH 1003. Alright, this is Whiskey 12. And from here we'll join Whiskey 17 and off to stand number 3. which would be the third stand on the left. No, it'll be this this is 4, the next one would be 3, the second error bridge. Alright, AP is on, AP bleed. Now you would turn off your taxi lights and runway turn off lights to avoid blinding the marshaller. But since there is no marshaller, we're just going to leave it on for now. Over here, the pilot monitoring would make the announcement to inform the cabin crew to disarm all slides. But for now, as a passenger, you should stay seated until the seatbelt signs come off, and preferably after that as well, until the doors open and disembarking starts. Try to disembark row-wise, one at a time, especially in this current pandemic scenario. It's for your safety and for everyone else's safety. But here we are in Kuwait. We're parked in stand, APU's on, everything's all well and good, clear to cut. Cutting number 2, cargo brakes on. We'll just continue for now. We'll set all that off. No Charlie is off. Thank you, ground. We'll be disconnecting. Bye-bye. Flight 2004.
Bye-bye. Thanks for flying to Kuwait.
And there we are. We've disconnected from VATSIM. All right. All well and good over here. Just connect external. Right. APU bleed off. Backs off. APU off. Don't really require the APU. Ground. Gonna let that connect. Baggage come in. Catering come in. And you know what? We're just gonna call the fuel tanks as well. Not that we're gonna need it, but and guys, why is the baggage not coming in? Oh, there we go. Here we are, guys. Welcome to Kuwait. Thanks for joining the stream on Twitch. If you like the stream, do follow. It's been a pleasure. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask me. The landing was a little rough. 250 feet per minute. It's within limits, 1.19 G. But yeah. We'll hope to see you again in the next time. If you saw this on YouTube, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for coming to the channel. Do hit the like button. Do subscribe if you like what you saw. And whatever it might be, whether you liked it or not, please do leave a comment. It helps out a lot. Thanks for joining in. Till next time, guys. This is CBR Stories. If I can just get that right, it will be quite nice. There we go. You can see, why are the seats facing the other way? That's not right. Till next time, CBR Stories. Thanks for joining in and take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe, everyone.